Hello and welcome to the 2015 season of the NPL right here on Bar TV. Today in round one, it's the Newcastle Jets youth taking on the Lambton Jaffers from Arthur Eden Oval, the ground we're at today. Last year, this ground was the site of an epic contest in the preliminary final where the Jaffers took on the Jets youth. The winner would take on Western in the grand final. It only took 10 minutes for the Jets youth to score the opening goal through Michael Finlay. Wonderful right foot strike from outside the 18. Then it was an equaliser from Joe Wheelhouse, a deflected free kick in the 20th minute. Then in the 30th minute, Cale Bradbury scored with a whipping left foot shot from the edge of the 18. John Majorowski was on the double with a header in the 34th minute, and it was 4-1 to the home team at half-time when Joe Wheelhouse scored his second right on the stroke of half-time. Then, in the second half, Brandon Lundy scored in the 60th minute to get the Jets youth side back in the game. In the 87th, they'd grab another through Calburn, and it was 4-3. A grandstand finish was set up. Unfortunately for the Jets youth, they weren't able to get the job done on the day, and it was the Jaffers going through to their first grand final, 4-3 victors. So today, here at Arthur Eden Oval, let's hope we get another brilliant, breathtaking and awe-inspiring contest between the Jets youth and the Jaffers. This is the NPL, live right here on Bar TV. So it is the defending champions against the defending premiers today. The Lambton Jaffas taking on the Newcastle Jets youth side. Last year in 2014, the Jaffas and the Jets met 3 times. 2 wins for the Jaffas and 1 win for the Jets. In round 8, the Jaffas beat the Jets 2-0. Round 17, the Jets got up 2-1. And in the preliminary final, as we saw before in the preview, the Jaffas won 4-3 in an epic contest. Last season, the Jaffas finished 2014 in 3rd place with 30 points, 9 wins, 3 draws and 6 losses. And for the Jets youth, they finished in 1st place. They played 18, 10 wins, 4 draws and 4 losses. Now for the Jaffas, the starting lineup today, Brad Swancott in goals, Williams, number 3, 4 Davidson, 5 McPherson, 6 Wheelhouse, 7 McNaughton, 8 Palozzi, 9 Majerowski, 11 Remington, 12 Brown and 14 Lee. On the bench, Michael Bridges, number 9, 13 Murray, 7 Carnley and 20 Cavalieri, the sub-goalkeeper. And for the Jets in goals, Jez Murray, 2 Alderson, 3 Pappas, 4 Greentree, 5 Hay, 6 Pavliak, 7 McDonald, 8 Enza, 9 Crowley, 10 Waller, 11 Horsley, and on the bench, 12 Burke, 15 Kanarowski, 14 Panasevich, and their replacement goalkeeper, number 20, Delbridge. Joining me today in commentary is Blake Jarrett, as always. And Blake, it's great to have you today for this round 1 opening match between the Jaffas and the Jets.
Mate, it's great to be here. It's been a long off-season. It's been a long wait for all of us, but I'm very pleased to be here. It's a big game to start us off. Lambton Jaffas versus the Newcastle Jets youth. Last year, in 3 ties, there were 12 goals all up between these two, so that's an average of 4 a game, so there's a lot to expect out here today. Back to you, Ben.
Yes, we're almost about to get underway. John Majerowski out in the middle. And the Jets youth are going to kick us off. In the middle of the park, it's Waller on the near side, about to go. So Jets youth running from right to left, and Lambton Jaffas running from left to right of your screen. This is round 1, NPL on Bar TV, and we are underway. Plays it back to Pavliak, and long out to the right. The Jaffas may have possession back here now with Waller. And the Jaffas get back possession. Over on the far side of the field. And it's gone over the sideline. So a throw in now for the Jaffas. And they're going to start us off here. Now to Wheelhouse, of course, one of the star players from this Jaffas side, Blake. Joe Wheelhouse, great for the competition. And we've got an early free kick going the way of Joe Wheelhouse and the Jaffas. Now with Remington on the left. Playing back to Wheelhouse. Over on the far side of the ground, the Jaffas. Long ball, looking for Palozzi. Palozzi holds it up nicely. Brings it across to the right, looking for Majerowski. Plays it across, squares it up for Lee. Playing it back now, and a ball looking for Majerowski. Tries to control it. Oh, and Majerowski's taken out. It was Pappas. You heard the clip there. 2 captains coming together there, Blake.
Yeah, that'll be a tough battle, I presume. John Majerowski and Reece Pappas both spent parts of their career at one of the top clubs in Newcastle, Hamilton Olympic. Seems John looks to be in a bit of trouble here, but a good area for a free kick. We've got Alex Palozzi and Joe Wheelhouse around the ball. Joe's moved away from it, so I assume it'll be either Madge or Alex Palozzi to hit this one. We've got a 6-man Newcastle Jets wall.
Well, here we go, Majerowski, and now it's going to be Palozzi. Goes hard with the right foot, and he probably pulls it to the left a bit there. So, unsure whether Majerowski or Palozzi was going to take that. Majerowski on the left could have gone for the curl to the top corner, but instead, Palozzi took it, and it's going to be Murray now with the goal kick for the Jets youth. So, early days here, 2 minutes gone, and it's the Jaffas 0, the Jets 0 on Bar TV. First half action, round 1 of the NPL. Match of the round for round 1. And it's going to be Lee now with the throw for the Jaffers. Playing it right back, one of the new recruits for them. This goes towards Palozzi now. Jaffers really controlling possession. Back now to Pappas. Pappas turning. Nice turn there from Pappas. Goes down the left side and they're after it, the Jets. Now chasing is Horsley. And on the ball now is Crowley. Crowley trying to cut into the 18. He does so. Swancott makes his first sort of half save in Jaffa's colours. And we should talk about that, Blake, about Brad Swancott and Danny Ireland switching clubs this year. Of course, Danny Ireland going from the Jaffers to Olympic and Swancott coming from Olympic to the Jaffers.
Yeah, there's obviously a bit of history there with Ireland looking for a move to the Sydney NPL. Fell through for a reason I'm not too sure of. By the time he come back, obviously Lambton had signed Swancott already. Obviously, you can't do the wrong thing by him, so they stayed with Swancott. Obviously, Swancott opened up a hole for Hamilton Olympic in the goalkeeper area, so Danny Ireland comes in to Olympic for a like switch with Swancott.
Yeah, it's a big signing for them. Although Danny, they're pretty much, you'd say they're equal as players in this competition. It's the Jets youth struggling to control possession at the moment. Now they've got it on this left side and they're going to win themselves a free kick. Lee diving in there and giving away the free kick. Of course, he played in the K-League in Korea and is new to the Jaffers this year. They take the free kick, the Jets. So back now with Greentree. Going back to Murray in goals. They're just going to play it out from the back here, the Jets youth side. Back to Murray now. Of course, last season, the Jaffers averaged just over 2 goals a game and conceded about 1 a game. And for the Jets youth, they averaged just a little bit more, 2.3 a game, than the Jaffers, and conceded a little bit more as well, 1.4. So it's very tight, and that shows from their positions on the ladder last year.
Yeah, you're not wrong there, Ben. 2 of the hottest teams in 2014, and from their lineups today here, if they stay uninjured, 2 of the hottest teams in 2015.
And they're away here, you thought, just for a moment. And they're away now down the left, the Jaffers through Williams. It's going to go over the sideline over there. It is. And it's going to be a throw for the Jets youth side. So still early days. Just over 5 minutes gone. And it's 0-0 between the Jets youth and the Jaffers here at Arthur Eden Oval. Bar TV match of the round in round 1. Back for Pappas. And across now from Murray to Greentree. Playing it back now to Murray. Tries to find Greentree. And now it's away with McNaughton. He's intercepted it down the right. McNaughton. He goes down just on the edge of the 18. No whistle from the referee. Still got control of it, McNaughton. Tries to square it, and it's well intercepted there by the Jets. Now with Lee. Lee now down the right side. Still with Lee. Now with McNaughton. And playing it all the way back towards Williams. Because Williams playing for the Jets youth side last year, was it, Blake?
Yeah, he was. Good signing for the Jaffers. Good young boy that David Tancheski said during the week has a very bright future. Adds a lot of pace to the Jaffers back line.
He played 3 games for them last year, no goals. But he's only 17, so that was a big opportunity for him. That's fantastic. First grade football at the age of 17.
Yeah, does say a lot about him.
Back with Murray in goals. Seems like Groundhog Day, the amount of goal kicks we've had so far from Murray in goals from the Jets youth. And those previous results today in the 19s, it was a win for the Lambton Jaffers 3-1. And in the 22s, the Jets youth got up 3-2. It's played back to Swancott in goals. Played forward, but no real pressure there from the Jaffers. No one up there to get hold of possession. And it's cleared over the sideline by the Jets youth. So what have you made of these opening few minutes here, Blake?
Yeah, it looks similar to last night's game with Edgeworth and Charlestown in the opening 10 or so minutes. Not flat, but both teams look to be sorting each other out. It's the first game of the round, so they're both just finding their feet. I think the game will explode to life soon.
Well, here's McNaughton on the ball for the Jaffers. Under a little bit of pressure here. Chip down the line, and the Jets youth are going to get a throw. Yeah, Blake, we're going to have a look at that one at halftime. The big win that Edgeworth had last night at Jack McLaughlin. 4-0 they got up. And they are up the top of the ladder. The only match played so far. Davidson at the back for the Jaffers. Wheelhouse. Going down low. No whistle still from the referee. And now it's with Remington. The speed of Luke Remington now down the middle of the park. Still going Remington. He's got about four Jets youth players around him. And Luke Remington playing for the Jaffers last year. His first season for them after playing for the Jets youth. I spoke to Reece Pappas at the launch on Thursday, Blake, and he was saying they've got to watch out for Luke Remington's speed.
Yeah, mate, you're not wrong. That's a very fair statement by Pappas. He's a very fast player. Offers a lot in behind for the Jaffers. Compliments Majorowski really well up the top.
And it looks like Enns is down here. Going to receive a bit of treatment. Yeah, Luke Remington played in the Australian under-17 side, and many think he's one of the fastest players in Newcastle. Would you agree with that, Blake?
Oh, you'd have to be up there. I can't think of any more that would be faster than him. I'll have a think of that over the game, and I'll get back to you on that one.
Well, we're going to have a substitution here. Enns has come off the ground. We'll just see what's going to happen here. Cross to the left now. And the Jaffers with Joe Wheelhouse in the middle of the park. He scored a cracking goal from outside the 18. And now it's away for the Jets with Horsley down the middle. Chips it back across the ground. Now it's with McDonald. McDonald has a shot. And it's in the back of the net. So McDonald scores first for the Jets youth side. And the home crowd is silenced. And the Jets youth get on the board first.
Yeah, good goal there from Bo McDonald. He got 4 from 19 last year. My stats here stay, so a bright start. He's already 1 from 1.
We've got a bit of a camera in the road, so it's hard to see down that end of the ground, Blake. So I sort of saw the net ruffle, and that was about it.
Yeah, it was a shot from, I think, just outside the 18-yard box to the right, into the bottom left-hand corner. A good finish, by Bo McDonald. I just said the game might explode into life 3 minutes ago, and hopefully that's the goal that allows that to happen.
Well, many people tip the Jaffers to win this one, Blake, so it's going to be interesting to see what they can do from here. As racing down the right is Alderson. He's cutting into the 18 now. He has a shot. It's blocked. And they play it back now for Enza. Back on the park after that little stint off the ground, receiving treatment. Away over now to the right for Hay. Cutting down the left side. Now with Horsley. Horsley trying to play it back to Hay. Lee's putting a lot of pressure over there with McPherson. And we've got a free kick going the way of the Jaffers. So how do you think the Jaffers are going to respond to this, Blake? Going down 1-0 early.
Yeah, obviously there's still 80 minutes of the match left, so there's a lot of fight still in the Lambton Jaffers. They don't look too concerned by that early goal, nor should they be.
So Alderson squares it towards Pavlyak, and it's gone over the sideline. Not happy with that, the Jets youth.
I think it's worth mentioning there, Ben, we said before there might be a replacement with Enzo, but he's come back onto the field roughly just 2 minutes before that goal went in.
Across the ground, the Jaffers playing from the back now with Williams. Tried to go short, and the Jets youth got some possession, but only a little deflection towards Swancott in goals. Davidson trying to play down the line for Palozzi. Greentree doing a good job at the back in defence. Now with Greentree. Still with Greentree, holding on to possession nicely. Shanked. Clear, long ball down the line there from Hay. And it's Lee now with the throw. Goes towards Majerowski. Pappas knocks it over the sideline, deflected off Horsley. Lee with the throw again, goes to Wheelhouse. Back to Lee. Little 1-2 with Wheelhouse and back to Davidson. Over to the left. And played now towards McNaughton down the right. Scored a goal in the grand final against Western last year. Riley McNaughton. Hay grabbing hold of McNaughton. Referee, still no whistle. McNaughton, and we have got a free kick now. It was all over him, Hay, and McNaughton's won the Jaffs a free kick in a very promising area there, Blake.
Yeah, it is a good area. I'm assuming Alex Polizzi will come in to take this one. In the middle, you've got Joe Wheelhouse, Majerowski, Lee, and that looks to be number 12, Grant Brown. So a bit of height in the box here. Be interesting to see how the Jets try and defend this one.
Here's Polozzi with looking on the right foot. Try and put this one towards the back stick. Wheelhouse scoring from the head in the grand final. Can't find him. Jets doing a good job there. Back with now with Polozzi. Heading off down the right. Trying to put it in towards Lee. Pappas with a good clearance there. He goes to ground. He's in trouble, actually. He's going to hop up. Reese Pappas. And we're going to have a drop ball. So Pappas all good now. And back with the Jaffers. With McPherson playing to Wheelhouse. Wheelhouse looking for McNaughton. Another long ball to Riley McNaughton. Cutting inside. And Hay does well again. Wins the battle with McNaughton. They're going to have a running battle all afternoon, I think, Blake. That's going to be an interesting contest.
Yeah, I do agree with you, mate. Both of them are very fit and physical players, so I reckon it'll be one of the key matchups down here in front of us on this right-hand side.
So almost 15 minutes gone. Round one, match of the round. It's the Jets youth taking on the Lambton Jaffers at Arthur Eden Oval, live right here on Bar TV. Greentree to Hay. Back to Greentree. Going to play it down the line towards Horsley. And Horsley's after it. Maybe a little bit too much weight on it, is there? He's going to keep it in, Horsley. He does so. Well done from Horsley. Trying to cut into the 18. Lee does well in defence. But it only goes as far away now as Pavlyak. Playing it back to Hay. Hay trying to put it into the middle. Davidson with the head. Wheelhouse trying to win possession back. Hay goes back to Pappas. Majerowski trying to pressure him. He steps away from him. Wheelhouse was after Pappas. A little bit of pressure. And we've got a free kick going the way of the Jaffers. And we're going to see... looks like ends are going up to receive a talking to from the referee. Very quiet here at Arthur Eden, isn't it, Blake? Going down 1-0 early, the Jaffers.
Yeah, if you remember back to the preliminary final last year, the Jets went ahead 1-0, but 4 goals in 19 minutes to the Jaffers put them ahead 4-1 at half-time, so anything can happen yet.
Michael Finlayson with a wonderful strike, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an absolute cracker down this end that the Jaffers are attacking at.
And unfortunately, they won't have his services today. He's playing for the Magic tomorrow against Hamilton Olympic. As Remington goes down, and away goes Enza. Remington with the tackle, and we're going to see a yellow. He went to the pocket, the referee. And is there going to be a card, or isn't there going to be a card? We'll soon find out, Blake. And it is. So Luke Remington with a yellow card. That tackle on Enza. And Pappas looks like he's going to take it from just inside their attacking half. So Pappas goes away to McDonald. And now with Alderson down the right side. It's been good down the right side today, Alderson. Now playing back in McDonald. Is he going to run over the byline? It is, and it's going to be a goal kick. Goal kick for the Jaffers, so opening third of the first half gone, Blake, and what have you made of it?
It's been an interesting open. It's what I predicted to be a cracking game, and it's end to end. I think not many clear chances have been made so far. Not many shots on target. Most of them have, as you've seen, gone out for goal kicks. We've mentioned that a few times, but expect to see both teams ease into it and to see a few more shots on target.
Well, here's Davidson down the right, trying to play in Lee. He does so, but there was good defence there from Hay. Now with Horsley, back to Hay, and it's been intercepted by Wheelhouse.
Just what you said there, Ben. Good defending from Ben Hay. I think in this opening 18 or so minutes, I think both sides have defended really well. That's another reason why chances have been so limited. They both look like they're really sharp in their defence and looking to build from that up the park.
Solid at the back, both sides. And looks like it's over the other side of the field with Brown for the Jaffers. It's his first year, and he came from the Mariners Academy last year in Manly. So, good signing there for the Jaffers. Of course, any player that's played in an A-League Academy, you expect is going to be of decent quality for this Northern New South Wales first grade.
Yeah, the NPL this season, Ben's improved a lot. I believe introduction of, as you say, some academy players, some ex-A-League players themselves. Obviously, we've got Joe Wheelhouse still in the comp. We've just seen Guy Bates sign for Adamstown. Troy Herefields was in the comp last year, but signed for Western, and Matt Thompson signed for Maitland. So it's a good
Gary
season.
Kenneth, I think, is another one.
Yeah, he's from Dundee United. Obviously, the big story about him was marking Messi just 7 years ago for Dundee United. So it's a big year for the Northern New South Wales NPL.
That's right. It's a huge year, and we haven't even... Did we mention Michael Bridges? He's on the bench for the Jaffers today, and I saw him on SBS last night, so he would have had to quickly make a trip up the road and get ready for this one. Wonder how much game time, how much do you think Bridgie will get today for the Jaffers?
Yeah, I'm not quite too sure. Talking to Tancheski through the week, it's been a pretty disruptive pre-season, he said. He had Joe Wheelhouse only play a couple of games and had Bridges out as well. In front of us here, we've got Michael Sessions and Tom Smart out as well. So it's been a hard pre-season for the Jaffers, but let's hope to see him get some minutes today.
A ball over the top there, and another free kick going the way of the Jets side. Of course, the A-League version of the Jets got a win up last night. Big upset over Melbourne Victory.
Yeah, a very good win for the Jets, and good to see Michael Kanarowski here today on the bench get his A-League debut. A well-needed 3 points for them. It takes them off the bottom of the ladder in their fight for relegation with just 2 games left. Obviously, the Wanderers have a game in hand on them, but it's a very good sign so far.
Yeah, they've got the Mariners this week, the Wanderers, so you would expect there's a high chance that they could get the 3 points, depending on how which Mariners side turns up. Really depends. As Jets is just playing it over on the right-hand side now. Trying to go down the right side through McDonald. And they Jaffers have won the throw through Williams. Goes to Remington. Had a charge down the middle of the park earlier. Now back to Brown. Playing at the left centre-back position. Davidson, his partner on the right. Pappas now going back to Murray. Do you know much about Murray and goals for the Jets youth side, Blake?
I don't at all, mate. I know he's been at the youth Jets, I think, for a while. I'm not too sure. I know he was there last year, but he seems to...
Palazzi's turned off and Palazzi scored. Well, there you go. We were talking about the keeper, Blake, and he's turned it over, and Palazzi's scored one of the easiest goals of his career.
Yeah, a very easy finish there. Just shows that you always follow the ball in, always pressure the keeper, because that only happens once out of 100 times, but that was that one. Alex Palazzi steals the ball from Murray, slots it into an empty net, and the score is now 1-1.
Well, there you go. That is a gift. Absolute gift. And now back with Pappas. Trying to play it towards McNaughton. Would you say the match deserves to be level, Blake?
Yeah, definitely, mate. I don't see any reason why any of the two sides should be ahead of the other. I think it's been fairly even. They're both playing very well.
McDonald to Remington, and now back to Brown. Cross to Davidson, across the back. The Jaffers now playing towards Riley McNaughton. He's been awesome early on, Riley McNaughton. And now a through ball for Wheelhouse. Wheelhouse is after it. Good save from Murray. It bounces back. The Jets youth clear it away. Well done there from the Jets side. Good challenge from Davidson. Referee, no whistle. It was a fair challenge. Palozzi. Tempo just gone up in this game, Blake.
Yeah, Ben, as you remember, I said before, when the Jaffers scored in the preliminary final, they scored 4 goals in 19 minutes, so they've got a history of upping the tempo from coming from behind, so let's hope we see that follow.
About 10 minutes ago, Blake, it was deathly silent here, and now the crowd's getting into it. Got a few of the players from some of the other sides here today. See Hamilton over to our left. Some of the Hamilton players.
Yeah, obviously they've got a big game tomorrow against Broadmeadow at Magic Park, the derby. That one will be at, as I said, Magic Park from 2:30 p.m.
That will be a very good battle, that one. And what's going on out here? At a breakage in play. Trying to spot what it is. It's down on this near side, right where the dugout is in front of us, and one of the Jets players limping off here. Try and get the number plate.
Yeah, I think it looks to be Braden Crowley there.
Crowley. And he's been flying up the field for the Jets early on. It is Crowley. We'll see if we've got a change here.
Sorry, Ben. We are going to have a change 25 minutes into the match. Braden Crowley is going to be replaced by Radovan Pavicevic.
Well, that's worrying. That's a bit of a headache now for the Jaffers. Radovan Pavicevic, of course, scored his first A-League goal for the Jets a few weeks ago against the Brisbane Roar. And that heartbreaking loss in the end it was, 2-1 in the last minute. The Thomas Broich free kick, which found its way inside the far stick off Alan Welsh.
Yeah, he's done very well. His recovery since he broke his arm back in 2014 in, I think it might have been round 12 against South Cardiff. He scored 8 goals in 11 games in the NPL season. So it's good to see him back on the pitch, doing well, scoring for the first team, and back here in the NPL.
Well, here goes Horsley down the left side. I must say, Pavicevic, a lethal strike rate. You were talking about there, Blake. 8 goals in 11 games. And that's why he was picked. There's now a poor ball here from Murray again. Palozzi trying to get down the right. Here goes Alex Palozzi. Trying to square it towards Majorowski, but Reese Pappas is there. But now he's played at Remington. Remington after it, and it's been turned over. Now with Crowley. Lee putting the pressure on here. No foul from the referee with Ben Hay now. And Hay down the left. Lovely skills. Comes to Job Wheelhouse. He doesn't get past Job Wheelhouse. And now it's with McDonald, the Jaffers. This match has just been turned right up after the Jaffers scored. Crowd getting in, the players getting into it. Incredible here.
Yeah, it looks as though Riley McNaughton's gone into the centre of the park. I don't know whether to make of it if Remington's come over here on the right, maybe Lee. They're both in front of us here, so a good swap there by Tancheski, the coach.
Well, Lee's been very good so far. Here he goes. Again, it's Lee. We try not to talk about players because, as we found with Murray and goals for the Jets, we spoke about him and didn't have his best performance. But there's still 80 minutes here, Blake, and he can make himself a hero in this next... Sorry, not 80 minutes. There's only 63 to go. He can still make himself a hero. Now with Hay. Down the line looking for Crowley. I should say Horsley. Crowley, of course, leaving the park a couple of minutes ago. Radovan Panasevic coming on for him. And what change do you think that'll have for the Jets? Not much or a lot?
Oh, I'm not too sure. Obviously, we know Radovan's a very good finisher. I haven't seen too much of Braden Crowley, so I don't know the differences that each of those bring to the team. But I think having Pavicevic on is definitely not a problem for the Jets. It's definitely a problem for Lambton. We see that shot sail over the bar.
Up towards the crowd on the hill there. Decent crowd gathering up there down the northern end.
Yeah, it was the Northern New South Wales football NPL season launch today, so there's a lot of people up there watching this one with keen interest.
So playing it from the back now with Davidson for the Jaffers. So Lee now on the ball. He's been very strong on possession, hasn't he? Formerly playing in the K-League. Trying to play back for Wheelhouse. And he's got it, Joe Wheelhouse, playing it across to the left now. Williams turns around, controls possession and goes back to McPherson. Plays Brown. And now with McDonald. Back to Brown and back to Brad Swancott in goals. Controlling it, Swancott. So here on Bar TV's round one match of the round for the NPL 2015 season. It's the Lambton Jaffers, the defending champions, 1. And the Jets Youth, who were the defending premiers, also on 1. And 29.5 minutes gone. Those goals, Blake.
Yeah, obviously, Bo McDonald opened the scoring, knocking the ball into the bottom left in the 10th minute, and Alex Polizzi stealing the ball off Jez Murray just 7 minutes ago and slotting into an empty net.
Well, here goes Michael Williams down the left. He evades Alderson. Still going Williams, looking for Remington, but it's Pappas again at the back doing the job for the Jaffers, for the Jets Youth, I should say.
Pete McPherson on the ball now, charging towards goal. Has it hit? Pete McPherson into the bottom right-hand corner. An absolute stunner.
Awesome strike there from Pete McPherson and gets the Jaffers in front here. Just had a hit from the edge of the 18. And they take the lead now. We were talking about it earlier, Blake, how the Jaffers seem to spring to life outside the first 10 minutes, and we saw that in the prelim last year. We see it again here, 2 goals in, 7 minutes.
Yeah, the viewers are probably getting sick of me saying it, but preliminary and final, 4 goals in 19 minutes for the Jaffers, and we've just seen 2 in 7, so what's that? They've got 12 minutes to get 2 more.
What do we got? And we got another free kick going the Jaffers' way. It was the foul on Polozzi, who scored the opener for the Jaffers. And Joe Wheelhouse is standing over the ball.
I'm assuming he'll just curl this one in, hopefully putting it on target just in case everyone misses and it goes in, but it's towards McNaughton, headed away.
Played now in for Lee. And we've got another free kick. So tempers just getting a little bit higher for the Jets Youth side, getting a bit frustrated. Pete McPherson and Joe Wheelhouse, 2 of the key players for this Jaffers side. Key midfielders for them, which was in the paper as well, the Newcastle Herald midweek. Jaffers were tipped to come 3rd by Craig Carey.
Very conservative tip. Obviously, they come 3rd last season. They'll be up there in the top 4 come the end of this season. So I think at least 3rd for the Jaffers. I'd be very confident in saying that I think they could fit into any of the top 3 spots in this league.
It's played back for Brown now. I think we're not going to have... just going to have a chat to you, Blake, after this. Wheelhouse long ball to Williams. Nice control. Trying to look towards the middle. He's looking, Polozzi's there. And it is going to be a corner kick. So when we get it's going to be a corner kick or it is... We'll see. It's going to be a throw for McNaughton. Long throw.
The ball was already out there, I think.
Long throw from McNaughton. It's a towering throw. Majorowski knocks it down. Murray gets out. Thwarts Remington just as he was about to knock one in at the back stick.
Yeah, Jez Murray has done well there. He'll be looking to capitalise on that first mistake by making no more in this game. Really needs to stand up to keep the Jets youth in this one.
As it's back with Brown. He's going to look back to his keeper, Swancott. Yeah, Blake, the final series this year, of course, changing from 5 teams to 4 teams. Is there any reason why that is?
I'm not too sure. I don't really know why the decision's been made. It used to be a top 4 with a home and away leg, and then the final. That's what they've done this year. However, it can potentially be a top 5 if the Newcastle Jets youth get into the top 4. Then not playing in the finals this season, so the 5th team will play, obviously, the top-ranked side in a home and away leg.
Okie doke. So there we go. So the Jets youth won't play the finals this year as Pappas heads it away. As now it's with McNaughton, long-range effort, but goes wide to the left. Is that good for the competition, having the Jets youth not playing the finals?
Well, you can only really look at it from a Jets youth point of view. I think they're contempt with the decision. Talking to Reece Pappas midweek, he doesn't really think it'll affect them that much. They use the NPL season as a development stage, keeping fit for their NYL season. And that's exactly what they're doing. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think playing finals for the Jets youth really limits their pre-season going into the National Youth League. So I'm sure that was behind the decision. Back to the game here, though. Ben Hay wins a header. Joe Wheelhouse now onto Palozzi. Palozzi flicks inside to Lute Remington. And Remington fouled.
Goes down. It'll be a free kick to the Jaffers. So it'll be interesting this year to see how that top 4 works out. The Jets youth are up there. Of course, last year they went out in straight sets. They finished first and went out the quickest possible way. So maybe that was behind the thinking as well, last year's performance. And that National Youth League competition is at the forefront of their minds. As now with Brown going back to Davidson, so just repleting Crowley off the ground, and Radovan Panasevich played some A-League time for the Newcastle Jets and scored a goal. He's come onto the ground. Hasn't been involved too much in the past few moments. Radovan Panasevich now with Lee. The throw towards Palozzi. Jets get a head in, and they're going to win a corner here. It's down in the corner with Hay.
He's done well
goes
to
to
the
Waller.
corner there.
He did well there, Hay. And Davidson is going to win his side of throw with a neat little move there.
Yeah, showing his experience there. Kevin Davidson.
So a throw here for Lee towards Majorowski. Very good control. Oh, and Palozzi, if he had got the ball across there to McNaughton. Look at McNaughton chasing back there. Doing a great job. And it's the ball with Pavlicek. And now with Wheelhouse looking for Remington. Remington's going to chase this one down. Just inside the line here, Luke Remington. Cutting infield now. And finding Palozzi. Has an effort, and he's had a bit of a shocker there, going way over the bar. That's going to be a goal kick for Jez Murray in goals for the Jets. So almost 37 minutes gone. Round 1, match of the round. It's the Jaffers 2, the Jets 1, here live on Bar TV. So remember, the Twitter handle for Bar TV Sports is @BarTVSports. And make sure you tweet throughout the game your thoughts on this one, as it's with Pavlicek. And he's got possession back again. After him is McNaughton. I should say Williams over there. That's going to be Alderson with the throw. Down the line looking for Enza. Back to Alderson now with Enza. Looking towards the middle of the ground. He finds Waller. Waller looking now for Horsley. And Horsley races down the left. Got some good speed. Lee now trying to hold him off. Still with Horsley. Trying to dance his way to the 18. He plays it back towards the referee. And there was no one there. Maybe a bit of a clash in colours there. Referee's wearing a lightish blue. Jet's wearing a dark blue and mainly dark blue and some red stripes. Is now with Enza. Enza on the edge of the 18. Plays it back for Panasevic. And he can only get a rolling shot away towards Brad Swancott. So we come into the last 10 minutes before half-time.
Yeah, just while Lambton are playing the ball around the back, I'll just let Ben tell you what we have in store for you at halftime. In 2014, we usually go to the halftime break and leave you straight away for a 15-minute break, but we've got something different for you in store in 2015. Yes,
today we're going to be having a look at last night's match. Blake and I are going to have a chat, so we'll go to a quick break and then we'll be back a few minutes later and we will have a chat about the season opener last night. Edgeworth 4, Charlestown 0. Talk about their prospects for this year. Because Edgeworth, the best defensive side last year, Blake. And were knocked out in the... they finished 4th and were knocked out in the first week of the finals. So it'll be interesting to see how they do go this year. As now with Williams, back to McNaughton. Of course, over on the far side of the ground, the Jaffas, the inaugural Northern New South Wales NPL Premiers. Of course, the NPL, for those who don't know, came in last year for the first time. We had the NBN State League before that, Blake.
Yeah, the NPL was something they brought in before last year, but Northern New South Wales, obviously, our first year in it was last year. It's a very good concept, and obviously with the Jets youth winning the premiership, we'll come back to that here as we got Ben Hay charging forward. Plays the ball wide to Horsley. Horsley down the left-hand side, cuts inside, but he's been called offside. Yeah, back to that. The Jets youth were the premiers last season. They aren't eligible to represent the Northern New South Wales NPL in the NPL final series, so it was Western that hosted that match. I can't remember the name of the team. It was a Queensland team, and Western were beat in that game.
Yeah, I think it may have been the Palm Beach side. Was it? It was.
Yeah, it was.
I was scrolling through Wikipedia late one night and saw that one. It was a bit disappointing that Western, but South East Queensland, that is a tough comp. As now with Hay down the left, Remington was after him. Now back with Horsley, playing it for Pavlyak. Across the ground to Alderson. Looking for someone going forward now. Plays in McDonald. McDonald trying to come to the 18. He goes down. Referee says that was a fair challenge from Riley McNaughton. And it's going to be a corner kick to be taken by Waller from the right side. So 41 minutes gone. Jaffas 2, Jets Youth 1. Going towards the back post. Headed away, McPherson got the first head. Now it's cleared away. Here's a chance for the Jets to break. Remington, the Jaffas to break, I should say. Remington going down the left side. Still with Luke Remington.
Yeah, it's 2-on-2 here. Luke Remington and Alex Palozzi.
Pavlyak
and Dane Greentree, but Jez Murray, well done, recovers a heavy touch from Luke Remington there.
Good keeping there. We'll give him a lot of confidence.
Yeah, very good keeping. A good break, though, from the Jaffas there. Transition plays very quick. They can counter-attack very quick as well. So it's been an interesting first 42 minutes here at Arthur Eden Oval in round 1 of the PS4 National Premier League.
So ticking slowly towards halftime. Pete McPherson on the ball. Going to John Majerowski. A lovely little 1-2 with Palozzi. Here goes Majerowski. So strong in the air. Still going Majerowski on the edge of the 18, just holding up possession so beautifully. Now with Greentree, Remington to Palozzi. Palozzi with a chance. Palozzi down the right edge of the 18. Well defended there from Greentree. And goes over the sideline. Really good job there. And it's a throw for the Jaffas on this right or near side. And it's Lee that's going to take the throw. So 2-1, Jaffers and the Jets here with Palozzi. Back for Lee. A little bit of a struggle for possession. And a throw again for the Jaffers. So can they get another one before half time here? Lee goes towards Joe Wheelhouse. Can't keep hold of it. Pavlyak. Pavlyak now down the left for the Jets. Trying to cut inside. Palozzi putting the pressure on. Horsley. Across the ground for Greentree. Pappas. It's been solid at the back. Reese Pappas for the Jets. And Enza away to Alderson. Murray looking down towards Horsley. Panasevich now controlling the ball. McPherson to Murray now. Sorry, I should say. McNaughton to Murray. Now it is with McNaughton. Majorowski can't get hold of it. Wheelhouse now. Wheelhouse, we know how strong he is from that distance, and Remington's shot, not really much power behind it, and it goes straight down the throat of Murray. As McDonald plays it back for Alderson. Now with McPherson. Wheelhouse to Majorowski. Back for Wheelhouse. Alderson, well done there. Stealing possession back for the Jets side. Going across the ground. Looking for Horsley there. And it's gone over the sideline. So Lee with the throw. As we close in on halftime, 30 seconds of regular time to go. As Lee goes towards Palozzi now. Turned over now to Waller. Wheelhouse does well there, intercepts. Goes to McNaughton. Now with Palozzi. Palozzi down the right for the Jaffers. Running out of space. And we have got a free kick. We've got a foul on Palozzi by Waller, and it's going to be a free kick for the Jets right near us here on the right side. Joe Wheeler standing over it.
Yeah, into the last minute of the half here. It's obviously 45, but there'll be a minute of extra time. So Wheelhouse lobs one in. It's Lee with the chest. Looks to turn, gets through 2 players. Still on the ball is Lee.
Really good strength
Chipped
here
to the
now.
back stick.
Majorowski.
John Majorowski. Brilliant header there from John Majorowski. And it's Myung Lee. Beat 2 players. A beautiful cross in right to the head of John Majorowski. He wasn't going to miss from there. And now that is 3-1 here at Arthur Eden Oval.
Brilliant in the air, Majorowski, as he was last year in the preliminary final. He's controlled the ball well up front today. And he puts that one in. So the Jaffers 3, the Jets youth side 1, as we run into half time now. Now with Pappas coming across to Greentree. Greentree looking down the left. Can they muster one last attack before halftime? Pavlyak, great challenge from Davidson. Still with Pavlyak. Played up the line. And it's with Palozzi for the Jaffers. Back now with Palozzi. Playing down the line for Remington. He's after it, controls it nicely. Oh, Remington gets away from Greentree and goes down. And there's a card coming out here for Greentree. Remington probably could have kept going after that one, and he took the foul. I was wondering why he didn't keep going.
He looks fairly tired. I'm sure he'll be happy to go into halftime at 3-1. They've got another chance here, and that puts Dane Greentree on a yellow card coming into the second 45 minutes.
That's going to be hard for the Jets now. So 1 yellow card each. 1 for Remington and 1 for Greentree now. So Remington and Wheelhouse standing over it. We'll see who's going to take it. Will it be the left foot or the right foot?
I'm assuming where Madge and Lee are standing, it might be Remington to whip it into the back stick. No, it's not.
So it's Wheelhouse
Kelling
from the
away,
spot.
Joe Wheelhouse headed clear, Andrew Paliak with the up and under, and referee Byron J blows for half-time.
So half-time, so we go in the Jaffers. That was a real killer blow, you'd think, on the stroke of half-time, Blake. That goal from Majorowski, getting them up to a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, definitely a real killer blow. I think the biggest concern for the Jets is they've used their key attacking option off the bench, obviously with Crowley coming off and Radovan Pavicevic coming on. They don't have that option there for the back end of the game to change something up. They've obviously still got Anthony Burke. He's a good midfielder. They've got Michael Kanrowski, also a good midfielder. So, and then obviously Joseph Delbridge in goals. Bit of a concern there for the Jets, but we'll have to see what they come out with in the second half. Just before we go to that quick break, a quick recap of the match facts in the first half. We obviously had the first shot of the game was an Alex Pelosi free kick after Reece Pappas fouled John Majorowski just outside the box. 10 minutes into the game, we saw our first goal. Bo McDonald netting into the bottom left-hand corner to make it 1-0. 13 minutes later, in the 23rd minute, Alex Pelosi stole the ball off keeper Jez Murray, slotted it into an empty net to make the score 1-1. 25th minute mark, saw Crowley off for Pavicevic. On the half an hour mark, Pete McPherson scored a cracker from right outside the box into the bottom right to make the score 2-1. And just on the stroke at halftime, we saw Myung Lee beat 2 with a pinpoint cross to John Majorowski, his header into the bottom right-hand corner of the goal.
Well, we're going to take a quick break here, Blake, and we're going to be back in a few minutes' time to have a look at last night's fixture. But for the moment, at halftime, it's the Jaffers 3, Jets Youth 1, and we'll be back in just a sec.
This is for the players. For those that leap into battle in the blink of an eye. For the drivers that compete for their club, no matter where they are. For everyone who has triumphs, tips and tricks to share.
And for those who love to play with complete freedom, this is for the game changers, the innovators. This is for the players. This is PS4.
So welcome back. Yes, last night we had a big match in the opening round of the NPL. Saw Edgeworth take on Charlestown at Jack McLaughlin. I went out and took some shots. The other sides, and we had a minute's applause, which was fantastic. For one of the, I've just got to get my notes out, for David Milgate, who passed away in the off-season. He was a life member of Edgeworth. So that was spine-tingling, the minute's applause. It was pretty awesome to be out there for that. And we had the handshakes, and then we had the match, the action. In the end, it was an Edgeworth win, 4-0 over Charlestown Blake, and you were out there for Northern New South Wales to cover the match. How'd you see it?
Yeah, it was another dominant Edgeworth display against Charlestown. Obviously, Charlestown beat them in the elimination final last year, but in this corresponding fixture, when Edgeworth hosted Charlestown, they did beat them 7-0. Last night was only 4-0, but still a dominating win from the Eagles. There were 2 goals either side of half-time. Brenton Olzema opened the scoring, a new signing for Edgeworth. He then won his side a penalty, which was converted by Brent Hamill. Olzema got his double 5 minutes into the second half, then set up Brody Taylor for the final goal on the 55-minute mark. So a good signing for Edgeworth Eagles. Brenton Olzema having a hand in each of the 4 goals. Obviously, one of the talking points was both teams finished the game with 10 men. Aidan Bryce for the Eagles sent off midway through the first half, and Matt Tull for Charlestown sent off halfway through the second half. So there was some reminiscing out at Edgeworth, a bit of rain throughout the day, a bit of rain in the night. Obviously, last season, round 1, the opening game with Edgeworth, and I think it may have been Western, I can't remember, but it was washed out at half-time, so the Eagles were desperately hoping that didn't happen again. Thank God it didn't. The game went the whole 90 minutes with Edgeworth completely dominating. Good signs from Charlestown. They're obviously trying out a new system with Scott Smith up front and Daniel Bird in behind. Again, Ferguson, he was one of their standouts. He was in the FFA Cup around 4 match where he scored a hat-trick to win Charlestown the game, And he was one of the brightest lights for Charlestown last night, I believe.
Well, how big a loss do you think Kane Goodchild will be? Of course, leaving for Hamilton a couple of weeks ago. How big an impact will his loss have on this Charlestown season?
Yeah, speaking to Matt Tull throughout the week, they didn't seem to think, he said obviously he's been a key player for Charlestown and a real clubman, but he thought with Scott Smith up front and Bird just in behind that they wouldn't really be affected. I think the results showed last night, though. They didn't create much. There wasn't a lot of attacking flair, and they were held scoreless. So I think what Charlestown have to work with is what they have to work with. They're not going to sit back and be upset about Goodchild leaving. They've got to move forward as a club, but their loss is Hamilton's gain. I think he'll be a key signing for Hamilton, along with he was the top scorer in 2014 with 13 goals. Also in the top 5 was Jamie Burns, who Hamilton have signed as well. So some firepower out there to Hamilton. But yeah, a big loss to Charlestown is Kane Goodchild.
It was a cracking way to start the season, 4 goals, and we've already got 4 goals today, and it's only half-time. So here on Bar TV, it's the round 1 match of the round. The Jaffers Street leading the Jets 1 at half-time. We're going to take a quick break now, and we are going to be back on the other side of this with our second half action. All right, so we're back for the second half now. Just about to kick off. And it's Majerowski and Palozzi that are going to get us underway for the Jaffers, the home team. Round one.
Half-time substitution for the Newcastle Jets youth. Number 8, Ryan Ensor, replaced by number 15, Michael Kennerowski.
Yeah, we just had confirmation there over the loudspeaker that Ryan Ensor has been replaced by central midfielder Michael Kennerowski. So that's an attacking move from coach Peter McGuinness for the Jets.
The Jets looking to attack in the second half. Good challenge there from Palozzi from behind there with Pavelyak, and he's been taken. Him and Remington have gone down. Gone down like a sack of spuds here, Remington. The referee just checking if he's all right. This is not looking great for Luke Remington. I didn't actually see the collision. Someone standing in front of me. Did you see it at all, Blake?
Yeah, Remington went in strong. Collected him. I think Remington's on a yellow, so this might just be him staying down to avoid another one. He doesn't look to be too phased by it. He's walking off, and I'm assuming he'll come straight back on.
So you think it's a little ploy here?
Yeah, he's a smart boy, Remo. We saw him in the first half go down for that free kick. He knows what he's doing. He wanted a drink. And
he's definitely got blood coming out of his mouth.
maybe I was wrong.
I think he might have had the old teeth into the lips trick. Reese Pappas.
Yeah, you cannot argue with that. Blood coming out of his mouth here just in front of us. So I was wrong. He has picked up a genuine injury. He'll just look to clear that up before he comes back onto the field.
Hopefully it's not too bad. It doesn't look like it's going to be too long before he runs back out there. David Tancheski just checking how he's going. As now away, here goes Horsley. That's cleared away by Davidson. Just while we're watching Remington on the sideline here. As it's back with Waller. Well cleared away by Palozzi. It's been in the thick of things today. Alex Palozzi for the Jaffers, Blake.
Yeah, he always is. He's always around. Good player, good target man to get the ball to. And as you see here, he tracks back a lot. He does a lot of work for the Jaffers since we'll come back to that in a sec. Yeah,
Hay
with
trying
Ben
to
Hay.
square it.
Going back to Michael Kennerowski. Kennerowski with the shot off the right upright into the top right-hand corner. A beautiful goal by Michael Kennerowski. He's been on the field for 2 minutes and 24 seconds, and he scored the Jets' second goal of the match.
Awesome hit. We've had some good goals today, and it's 3-2 now. The Jets getting back into it.
Number 15, Michael Kennerowski, makes the score Lambton Jaffers 3, Newcastle Jets youth 2.
Back now with McPherson, looking over towards Lee now on the right side. Davidson. Hay going all the way back to Greentree. It's on a yellow card just before half-time. Remington still hasn't come back on the ground here. Still got blood coming out. Yeah, it's not looking good for him. Maybe it is a tooth. As now with Horsley on the left. Can they get another one here, the Jets? Looking towards the back stick. Punched by Swancott. Really well done there. McNaughton with the clearance. Away with Alderson. Alderson now. Putting the pressure on McPherson. We've got a foul on him. And he's going to have the free kick halfway into his own half. And Davidson now on the right. Lee. Looking back for Davidson now to Wheelhouse. Joe Wheelhouse. Hay sweeps it across the ground to Pappas. And now with Pappas. Of course, now with Majerowski now. Majerowski down the left going for a long-range effort. Murray was a little bit off his line, and he went for the long-range effort, but Murray easily got back. Didn't have enough power behind it, Majorowski. And not enough height either. And now with Greentree. Cross towards Pappas. Down the line for Alderson, but Williams is on to it pretty quickly. McPherson. Now for Majorowski. Back for Wheelhouse. Now for McNaughton. Way to Williams. Back to McNaughton. He's well challenged there from Waller. And the Jets with Panasevich now. Chance for them to break. Panasevich, long ball across now to Waller. Waller, well done there from Brown. Gets the clearance towards the sideline. And the Jets win a throw. Well defended there from Brown, Blake. Saved the day for the Jets.
Yeah, he did there. And just in this breaking play while referee Byron J checks Luke Remington the injury out. Just a quick correction. I said coming on at halftime was Kenarowski with an attacking substitution. I did get Enza mixed up with Adelson, so it was just a like for a like swap there.
He's now with Kanarowski, trying to get into the 18. He's been good since he's come on, Michael Kanarowski. Back now for McNaughton. Now away is Pavlyak. Playing it to Hay. He's been good today. Long range effort from Ben Hay. That sails over down into the drain, over the fence. And the only thing that comes out of that is a goal kick for Brad Swancott in the Lambton goal mouth. Of course, the Jaffers in the FFA Cup had a 2-0 loss to Broadmeadow Magic in the most recent fixture. Of course, Magic have recruited well this year. Michael Finlayson, Cale Bradbury, who of course scored for the Jaffers in the prelim last year and was wonderful. He was their leading scorer last year with 9 goals in 22 games. But the goal scoring was shared around by the Jaffers last year. As now it's with McNaughton. Back towards McPherson. A lot of mix in this Jaffers side. Going back into his own half, McPherson. He's turned it over. Now with Panasevich. Panasevich has got a 3-on-3 chance here. Panasevich looks over the left side. It's with Horsley. Horsley now getting back. And free kick goes the way of the Jaffers in defence.
Yeah, just on that, Ben, you said the Jaffers had a few scorers last year that shared around a little. That is definitely right. Their top scorer was Cale with 9 goals. He's obviously left, as you said, got a Magic. Dino Fajovic as well got a few. He's left and gone to Magic. Alex Bolozzi scored 3. John Majorowski scored 4. Lou Remington scored 4. And Pete McPherson got 2.
As Alderson goes down the right now, slips over and loses out on a challenge with Michael Williams. Wheelhouse plays in the small area. Nice play here with McNaughton. Just toying with McDonald here. As there's an attempt at clearance from McNaughton, only going as far as Horsley. Now with Kanarowski, squaring it back for Hay. Hay had a long-range effort before, which went wide. Now with Horsley again on the far left side. Back for Pavlyak. Kanarowski. We know he can shoot well from long range. Not a great ball there, and he's turned it over. Polozzi. Now with McNaughton. Wheelhouse. Gets it to Majorowski. A little bit physical this game getting now. Now with Remington. Trying to go through them. Luke Remington. Still going Remington. Playing it back nicely for Wheelhouse. Back on the field after that injury. Majorowski now on the right. Looking back for Williams. Squaring it for McPherson. Wheelhouse. Back now to Davidson, who's been solid at the back with Brown. The centre-backs pairing. As now with Lee. Looking back post. McNaughton's there. McNaughton on his left hits it into the side netting. And a chance there for the Jaffers, although it was a very tight angle.
Yeah. Very hard to get it in from there. I think his best chance was to cut that one back, but he's gone for the shot. Into the side netting. Close for the Jaffers. So it's obviously 3-2, almost 10 minutes into this second half. It's a very lively start, unlike the first half. So both sides have really found their rhythm. The tempo is really high here at Arthur Eden Oval.
Now Blake, you had a chat to, we'll just look at this long ball here, looking for Horsley. He turns well, Horsley. Well done there. Looks for Hay. Ben Hay, can he put it in? Now with Pavlyak. Pavlyak squaring only to Davidson. Now, he had a chat to David Tancheski throughout the week. What's he been saying? The Jaffers coach, of course.
Just a couple of key points, as I mentioned before. He said pre-season's been less than ideal. Injuries to Bridges, Wheelhouse and Sessions are just a few. He said that after examining pre-season, especially with the new signings, the club has far more depth this season than last. He's been pleased with his side's performances and results over the pre-season. And he suggested that finishing third last season was disappointing, considering 2 wins from their last 2 matches would have seen them win the premiership. So expect to see big things this year from Tancheski and the Lambton Jaffers.
Good play there from Michael Williams, winning the ball back there for the Jaffers. A little bit of a hairy moment with Alderson. As now it's with Alderson. Down the very skinny right now with Waller. Waller trying to get around Brown. He does so. Waller going across the ground, squaring it back for Panasevich. Panasevich plays it in for McDonald, and we've got an offside. An offside against the Jets. And a free kick going the way of Brad Swancott. So live here, second half action. 11 minutes gone in the second half. It's the Jaffers 3, Jets Youth 2. Game in the balance. Jets Youth have scored the first goal, and they've scored the last goal in the game. Jaffers scoring 3 in the middle. It's back for Brown. Trying to go down the left, and he's giving the throw to the Jets Youth. Gee, I wouldn't. A lot of controversy on the sideline. I would have given it to the Jaffers there. Now Pavlyak playing it toward. Nice ball across the ground towards Hay. Hay playing it back now for Horsley. Horsley looking in the middle. Waller trying to get up for the header. And it skims off his forehand and goes wide. And Swancott is going to have another goal kick for the Jaffers. Jets really haven't had many chances, Blake, since that opening shot from Michael Kanarowski.
No, yeah. Much like the first 10 minutes of the first half, the last 5 have been sort of end-to-end, but chances, shots on goal have been rare. But as
here's McDonald down the right, cutting down the right, trying to go inside. We'll go back to you there, Blake.
Yeah, good defending by Riley McNaughton there to dispossess Bo McDonald. But yeah, going back to that, it's been end-to-end, but the chances have been few. There's been limited shots on target apart from Kanarowski's good strike, which was 3 minutes in to the second half.
So Lee with the throw now for the Jaffers. Goes to Remington. Remington with that speed down the middle of the ground. Luke Remington has a shot. He goes sails over the bar and into the crowd. So a goal kick from Jez Murray in goals for the Jets Youth. He's been good since that mistake he made in the to concede the first goal to Palozzi. He's been pretty good since then. So up goes Lee for the header to Majerowski. Still Lee now down the right. Goes inside to Majerowski, has a hit. Good save from Murray off the deflection. Well done there. Really well done. Kanarowski. Kanarowski, one of the scorers with McDonald. The goal scorers for the Jets Youth today. And for the Jaffers, Palozzi, McPherson, and Majerowski, the goal scorers. There's now a ball looking for McDonald. Trying to go down the right. Now with Brown. Plays it short for Palozzi. Tries to get around. Pappas does well. And they've got the ball on this right-hand side, nearest the camera. Goes the long ball away to Horsley. Still with Horsley. Jets Youth really have dominated possession in their second half. But now it's with Lee. Lee looking towards the middle for Majerowski. Holding up the ball or trying to. Can't do so this time. And I should say, Blake, in the last few minutes we've had Michael Bridges warming up in front of us. So it might not be too long until we see I'd probably say the highest, I'm not going to say quality, but the biggest star we've had in the NPL.
Yeah, I think highest profile is probably
It's his horse.
what you're trying to say there, but we'll come back to it.
Horsley playing it square for McDonald. Oh, what a save from Swancott. Surely that would have to be one of the saves of the year. Brad Swancott, with an outstretched right boot, has saved. Wow, I can't believe that.
Yeah, diving the other way, he's left his feet there. All good keepers do that, but it's very, very good save. Well done to Brad Swancott.
A scissor kick in the air. That was incredible stuff. May not know how big that is till the dying moments of this game, Blake. That was world class from Brad Swancott in goals. It's looking towards McDonald, and McDonald was looking for his second today. As now it's with McNaughton looking down the left. Can he get a ball into the centre? Alderson with a bit of pressure on him, and it's going to be a corner kick. Of course, this is the side they scored from in the grand final, the Jaffers. Joe Wheelhouse it was. So we'll be looking for him. And we've got a change, have we? Palozzi's coming off. And Michael Bridges is coming onto the ground. So this is going to be pretty awesome. We're going to get a decent look at Michael Bridges here. 29 minutes, at least. And Bridges is going to... Probably not as much speed, Blake, as Palozzi, but definitely that ability to hold up the ball.
Yeah.
We'll just stay with the corner for a sec as Wheelhouse. It looks like Job's going to take it. Wheelhouse goes to the middle, looking, and the ball is scrambled away from the goal mouth by the Jets youth, and somehow it's just going to be a goal kick after all that. Scramble in the 6-yard box, and we'll go back to that Michael Bridges chat. The less speed, but a lot more control, you'd have to say.
Yeah, look to see a lot more organisation here from Lambton with him coming on up front. Obviously, he's proven himself all levels of the game, so it's a very good signing for both the Jaffers and the NPL, and we've got half an hour to see what he can do in his first competitive game here.
Here's Murray with the goal kick up towards halfway. Panasevich got up along with Williams, but neither of them got on the end of it. Majerowski's after it. Pappas is down there as well, and Majerowski wins it. So Majerowski squaring it now for Bridges. Bridges, can he have a shot? Michael Bridges, oh, that was close. Oh, Jez Murray was watching his fast stick there. It was making a beeline for the right-hand corner, but just faded at the last minute. Bridges shows his class early on. He's only been out there for about 3 or 4 minutes, and already he's had an effort just go wide. What do you think, Blake? Do you think Bridges will get a goal today?
Oh, I'm not game enough to say no, so I'll go with yes.
After that effort, I was unsure whether how his skills were after being in retirement for a little bit, but he showed us that he only just has to bring that radar in a little bit and he'll knock one in the top corner. And Wheelhouse will be looking for him, you'd think, here. This long-range free kick just inside their attacking half. He looks long towards Bridges. Yep, exactly the man he was looking for. Well controlled. Bridges now at the 18. He has a shot. Murray diving on it, and Bridges another shot. 2 in about a minute, and Jez Murray's going to have his work cut out for him. Alderson gets up nicely. Waller. Now it's back for Brown. Brown at the back. Oh, turned it over now for Kanarowski. Kanarowski down the middle of the ground. He goes down, and we have got a free kick. Williams taking him down. A decent position here for the Jets. And I must say, one of the unsung heroes, Grant Brown. Of course, as we were saying from the Mariners Academy at the start of the game, he's been wonderful today for the Jaffers. As Pappas stands over this free kick, looking for the back stick. Swancott comes out again and punches. Only ricochets as far away as Horsley. Well blocked there by Davidson. And a throw for the Jets youth. Pavliak across to Hay. Back to Greentree. And now with Waller on halfway for the Jets. Pavliak going across the ground. This has been intercepted. Oh, McNaughton couldn't control it. Wheelhouse now towards Remington with a shanked pass. A little bit scrappy, getting towards the final 20 minutes of the game. Still 25 to go. And now with McDonald trying to get on the outside of Williams. Stays on his feet well there and goes away to McNaughton. There's a little clip there. Sounded like he trod on a stick actually from here. There's a little clip on the shins. He's going to do up his boots. Riley McNaughton. And Michael Williams standing there as well. So 25 minutes to go here on Bar TV in this round one match of the round. Here at Arthur Eden Oval, it's the Jaffers 3, the Jets 2. Last encounter was a 4-3 win to the Jaffers. Spoken about it a lot today. Could be something like that today. There's a throw on the far side. Looks to be Hay. Davidson's there with the header. Back now for Greentree. Look towards Kanarowski now with Bridges. Bridges now. Michael Bridges on just outside the 18. Tries to play it to Majorowski. Majorowski controls it nicely. Steele with Majorowski on the right. Goes to Remington. Can he have a shot? No, he doesn't. He plays it to Majorowski. To Bridges. Bridges has a shot. Ricocheted off one of the Jets defenders and over the byline for a corner kick from the right off our attacking side for the Jaffers. They'll be looking for Bridges or Wheelhouse here, depending on who's taking this. It's going to be Remington with his left foot. So we'll see if he can hit anyone in the middle. Goes near stick, and Murray does well there. Really well. As now it's away with Horsley down the left. 3 on 4 here. And Davidson does well. Jaffers had the men back. They've got the lead, so they can afford to do that. Wheelhouse. Long ball towards Remington now. Luke Remington goes down with Hay over there. And Lee goes down. No whistle from the referee. With McPherson. Lee's gone down and he's staying down here, so it looks like they're going to have to knock it over the sideline. McPherson does. And the ref hasn't blown the foul. Lee's gone down. Unfortunately, we can't see a replay. So 23 gone. It's the Jaffers 3, the Jets 2. We're just awaiting this play to resume as Lee leaves the park. We're back underway. So back now for Swancott, just on the edge of the 18. Goes towards Lee, and Lee cutting down the field goes to Majorowski. Now with Remington. Trying to square it back. And it's with Kanarowski. McDonald back to Alderson. McDonald, Kanarowski. And Pappas going along to the left for Hay. Horsley. Back to Greentree. So trying to build something up here, the Jets youth side. Cross to Alderson now. Looking down the line. Does so to McDonald. And it's a throw for the Jaffers, Michael Williams. Back to Swancourt. We've got Darren from, he's the Western assistant coach. How are you, Darren?
Oh, I'm fantastic. Ben, how are you today?
I'm pretty good. How have you seen this opening encounter? You're playing the Jaffers next week, aren't you?
We do play the Jaffers next week, mate. Yeah, look, we've done a lot of research. We think their number 9 they've just brought on is their weak link. I think we can do something about that. We'll mark him out of the game, but other than that, I think it's been a very close battle. And at the moment, I think the Jets are just starting to come on top, so it should be a fantastic finale.
Well, yeah, we'll see how Bridgie can grab one before the end, and we'll see you next week. Should be pretty awesome.
Thanks, Benny.
Thanks, Darren. And it's now at the back with Lee. Fantastic to hear from the Western assistant coach there. Saw him at the launch midweek, had a chat to him about Western season. Now we're back with Alderson. Can have a shot he does, but Swancourt leaping onto it and knocks it up over halfway. Bridges. Can't control possession. And now with Waller. Middle of the park, going back and across to Pavlyak. Away towards Horsley on the far left side. Alderson. And it goes over the side. So, Blake, how have you seen the opening half of the second half go in this one?
Been a little bit quieter than the first half, hasn't it? But remember, in the first half, all it took was a Jaffers goal to bring the game to light. I think the Jets look a lot better at the back in the first half. They gave away too much ball from coming out from the back. They look to be getting back into the game, the Jets. It's going to be a good contest here in the last 20 or so minutes.
Back now for Pappas. Going down the middle of defence. Plays in Panasevich. And now it's been turned over. Majorowski, can he keep control and look for Bridges? He can't. Diving on the ground. Oh, challenge there from Pavlyak. Play on, says the referee. Pappas playing advantage. And Alderson. Majorowski now. Going down. No whistle from the referee. Throw for Majorowski. Bit of a smile. No, it isn't. It's going to be McNaughton. Bit of a smile there from Majorowski. Now with Williams. This left side nearest the camera. Job Wheelhouse. Playing it back for McPherson. And across the ground for Davidson. Down the line, Remington. Davidson. And he's ball down the line. It's gone over the sideline and a throw now for the Jets. So 28, just over 28 gone. It's the Jaffers 3, the Jets 2. Just that goal in the opening 2 minutes of the half for Kanarowski. Came on at halftime for Enza. Alderson trying to go down the line. It's now being turned over to Brown. Wheelhouse. Cross to Remington. Plays in Bridges now. See what Bridges got. Can he put a ball in? He's trying to cut into the 18 now. Bridges. He's turned it over. Well done there from Hay. Ben Hay gets away from Bridges. They've turned it back over now to Lee. Lee trying to go down the right side. What can he do? Can he pull the trigger? Back towards McPherson. Bridges again. Puts a ball in. Looking for Majorowski. Can't find him. McPherson again on the ball. Lee. So some sustained pressure here from the Jaffers. And it's been turned over now. Kanarowski. The Jets are going to try and break here. They've got 5 on 4. They're going to do it a little bit slower. And now Pavlyak. Pavlyak, can he play in McDonald? He does so. McDonald down the right side. Williams, well defended. He's been very good in defence today. Pavlyak looking towards Horsley on the left side. And it balloons over the byline. And Swancourt We'll have another goal kick with just over 15 to go in regulation time. It's the Jaffers 3, the Jets 2 on Bar TV. Davidson looking towards Bridges. Does well, Michael Bridges. Playing it square towards Williams. Williams looking down the line. He finds McNaughton. He's been tireless today. Been one of the highest work rates in this NPL, especially in the Jaffers side. A lot of credit from the coaching staff for Riley McNaughton. Now for Bridges. Bridges into the 18. Hits it off the bar, Michael Bridges. And into the Northern New South Wales tent. And it's going to be a corner, so it's taking a deflection off one of the defenders. Keeper Murray, Jez Murray, didn't get a hand to it at all. Onto the bar. And Michael Bridges denied. Third shot of the game from Michael Bridges. They've done well there, the Jets youth, not to concede. And the corner's from the... Looks like Bridges is going to take the corner. Looking for Remington. He's at the near post, so not going to take this one. It's going to be Bridges. Big chance for the Jaffers to try and put this game to bed. Get a 2-goal advantage. Plays it back towards McNaughton. Long-range effort. Going way wide from Peter McPherson. And Jez Murray's going to have the goal kick. So some chances there for the Jaffers, Blake. They just couldn't put it away.
Yeah, it's something that they need to do with 13 minutes roughly and injury time. They need to get another one here because, as we've seen with Michael Kenarowski's goal, the Jets can pull something out of nothing. They'll accept nothing less than a win after going in. It's a half-time at 3-1 up, so expect to see the Jaffers push for another goal soon. We know they've got another attacking option on the bench in Huck and Carnley. They've only used Bridges so far.
As now with Lee, playing it back to Davidson. Wheelhouse. Pavliak goes to ground. Lee squaring it for Bridges. Couldn't control it, but it goes to Majorowski, who has a long-range effort. Murray does a good job on the second grab. Bursts through his hands. We've seen that happen before. Back with Pappas. Going down the line. Can he get it over? Brown said he can't. Brown's been wonderful. As it's with Pete McPherson. McPherson going across the ground now. Can he find a ball? It goes to McNaughton. Back to Wheelhouse. Trying to control it in the midfield. To Lee. Tiles it right back. Wheelhouse. Now with Bridges. Playing it down the line for Remington. Using the speed. Remington cutting it back. And Murray. Good save to the left. And it's going to be a corner kick for the Jaffers. Applying the blowtorch now, the Jaffers. They've really dominated the last 10 minutes or so. Are we going to see any changes? No, we're not. Just a drink here on this near side of the field. For Pavliak, Bridges again at the corner, not his best effort. It's cleared away well by the Jets side. Davidson, bit of pressure there from Horsley, and Davidson could only put it over the sideline. And we have got a change here. Just trying to get the number plate, Blake, here. It's going to be McDonald that comes off.
Yeah, for number 12, Anthony Burke.
So Burke onto the ground. And we'll see if he can make a big impact for the Jets side. Waller coming over on this right side. Looks like he's going to play more on the right and Burke in the centre. Plays in Burke now. Goes back to Pavliak. Alderson. Still only one goal in it. Anyone's game at the moment. Through the legs there of Williams. And they've got it back now with Pavliak to Pappas. Over to the left for Greentree. It's on a yellow card. One in the first half. Luke Remington, the other player that's got the yellow. And that's it, only the 2 cards today. Bridges, because we saw 2 reds last night. And only the 2 yellows today, which is good to see. All 11 on the park. Cross for Williams. Back to Brown. Brown going for a little run. And McNaughton couldn't control, but they have got it back here, the Jaffers. Going to Wheelhouse. Wheelhouse back to Davidson. Playing it right centre back today. Wheelhouse towards Remington. Tries to knot it on. No one's there apart from Greentree. Pavliak going away to Kantarowski. Let's see what he can do. He scored a bomb just in the opening moments of this half. Across to Horsley. Kantarowski. Still with Kantarowski. Tries to play a little chip over the top for Panasevich. Couldn't get there, and Majorowski has it. And Panasevich has been very quiet today for the Jets youth side, hasn't he, Blake?
Yeah, he has. Very, very quiet. I'm not sure how their training works, but maybe if he's been training with the first team, not the youth team, there's not that understanding that they had with him last season, but I'm sure that's not the case. Just one of those days for him, I guess. Back to the action.
Here goes McNaughton. He plays in Remington. Remington can hit the left foot. Remington, deflection. It looked off Greentree, and it has, so it's going to be a corner. Good chance there for the Jaffers there again. They really have turned the screws in the last 20 minutes, but unable to put one in the back of the net.
Yeah, this would have to be about the 3rd or 4th corner from this side in the second half, I think. Let's see if they can make something from it now.
So it's going to be Wheelhouse. It's been a revolving door, the corner taker on that far side. Wheelhouse, Remington, Bridges. And it's a shocker there from Wheelhouse. Straight into the left boot of Greentree.
You're right,
over the sideline.
A revolving door, but they've all been shockers.
I think Bridges got sacked with his last one, and then Wheelhouse now. We might be sacked as well. We'll see who's up next. Maybe back to Remington.
We have a substitution here with number 17, Harkin Carnley, replacing John Majorowski, who is number 9.
And of course, Harkin Carnley, John Majorowski, the captain, getting the applause of the local crowd, grabbing a goal today as well with that head of his. Harkin Carnley, of course, played for the Magic last year, and is, I've been told, the current Australian futsal. He's a current Australian futsal player and is off to Belgium shortly to contest the World Cup futsal. And he's very quick on his feet, and he's got a powerful shot. So that'll be interesting to see for the Jaffers. Watching the number 17 out there. They're looking for him right now. But it's been well defended by Pappas. Trying to play it down the line for Brown. He'll go back to Swancott. We should talk about that save for a sec here, Blake. That awesome save he made. 3-2 the score at the time. Right foot. And how big a moment that was in this game now.
Yeah, when it happened, you said, we'll see at the end of the game how big the moment was. And with, what do we have? 6 minutes of normal time remaining, it looks to be a very big talking point of this match. It was a very good save, and with the scores still at 3-2, Lambton, apart from a few Bridges shots, haven't looked very threatening. So
we've got a card here. It's a free kick, definitely the Jaffers. Kantarowski was all over McNaughton there, Blake.
Bit of confusion here.
All over him.
Yeah, I think Lambton have won the free kick, but Riley McNaughton's been booked. So I'm not sure what's gone on there or how. but it's happened.
So it's Riley McNaughton that's been booked out of all that. So Kantarowski hasn't been booked, or
no, McNaughton with the yellow card.
very strange. Very strange that from the referee. Swancott with the free kick in the end. Goes long. Hay up. Again, Lee and Horsley over there. Now with Bridges again on the ball. It's been good for the Jaffers in the time he's come onto the ground. Remington, can he hit a left foot shot? Murray gets down low to his left and does well. Not much power behind it there for Remington. He's had some chances though with that lethal left. Hasn't been able to put it away. Now with Hay. Still going down the left, Hay, and he wins a free kick, and it's cardemonium at the moment, Blake.
Yeah,
No,
it is.
we're not going to see a
No,
card.
I was going to say there's a few creeping into the back end of the game, but not there.
Telling Lee that's enough. So inside the last 5 minutes, well, the Jets youth, we've had a enthralling contest. Goals galore, 5 in fact, and there've been some crackers. Michael Kantarowski, one's goal springs to mind. McPherson's was a wonderful hit as well. And some brilliant goalkeeping from Brad Swancott as well. Denying the number 7 McDonald, who's left the field now for the Jets youth, as now it's with Pappas. Looking long and looking for Horsley, but that's just going to drift into the middle of the park. And Brad Swancott is going to grab hold of that one. And he'll probably look long. Is he going to look long or short? Can't. Burke comes at him, and he looks for Bridges. Greentree gets a head up, but it only knocks it over as far as Burke. Well, they're blowing up, saying he's outside of his area here. It was Murray. The referee said no. It's now with Pavlyak turning it over. Davidson to Bridges now. In the centre circle, Remington. Remington plays it to the right. Bridges is after it. Has he got the speed to run it down? He does so. Still with Bridges. Back to Lee. And the ball is going to go over the sideline. That's going to be a throw. The Jets youth, the sideline officials signal that it is. And are we going to say a change here? We are. From the Jaffers, Luke Remington coming from the ground. And coming on for them is number 13, Murray.
Substitution from Lambton Jaffers, number 11, Luke Remington, being replaced by number 13, Josh Murray.
So Josh Murray on, Luke Remington off the ground. He's been really good today, Luke Remington. Speed down the left. Should say the right side. Cutting in on the left foot. Unable to grab one today, but I think he'll be happy with that performance. As now with Murray. Back now to Murray in goal. So we've got a couple of Murrays out there now, Blake.
Yeah, good to see Jez Murray and
Josh Murray as well
Josh
out there.
Murray, who's just come on. So a good change, bringing on Josh Murray for Luke Remington.
So we'll see what the Jets side have got now. They're a goal down with less than 90 seconds now in regulation time. Davidson goes long. Bridges sort of gone out of it a little bit now. I'll tell you who is a bit of a Bridges lookalike. Burke, I shouldn't say Burke. Murray, who's come on, number 13. He was over on the right. Looks a bit like Bridges from a long distance. Is now with Greentree.
So into the final minute of regulation time here in the PS4 NPL match of the round between the Jaffers and the Jets. Lambton obviously leading 3-2, as you can see on your screens. We're assuming there'll be just the standard 3 minutes of injury time for this game.
Well, Pappas not happy with the movement of his players there. Alderson turning. Does really well to get away from 2 players. Now puts a ball over the top. Burke's after it. Swancott comes. Is there a handball there from Swancott? Oh, gee, surely. There was a handball there from Swancott.
2 very contentious handball calls. We had one at the other end, handling it just outside the box. The Jaffers thought. Now the Jets have thought that Swancott's handled it outside the box, so it probably evens itself out. Neither team can have much to complain about.
Well, it's now with Hay playing it towards Pavliak. Long ball. Swancott. And Swancott will just pick this up, waste a little bit of time. As we tick down towards the conclusion of this one. It's with McNaughton. Playing it across to Bridges. Michael Bridges. Here we go. Can he have a hit? Tries to get around Greentree. Does well. Does really well there. And now back with McNaughton. McNaughton. Can he look for Bridges? Back now for Wheelhouse. Looking on the far side for Carnley. Carnley. Can he cut inside? Does so. Still with Carnley, squaring it. And away now with Pete McPherson. So Jaffers going to try and dominate possession in these final few moments. Just grind this match down. Back now for Wheelhouse. Bridges on the ball. Wheelhouse. Back to Bridges. Back to Wheelhouse. Just playing triangles over on the far side. Kanarowski's trying to get it back. Now with Hay, they do so successfully. Waller. Now with Burke. Playing it up for Panasevich. Panasevich does well. Skips over a challenge. Over Lee. And they've done well, the Jaffers, to defend the danger. Davidson back. And now with McPherson. Looking long and looking on this side for Carnley. Carnley, can he try and cut inside? He runs at Pappas, plays it to McNaughton. Tries to play it back inside. And it's been well deflected over the line. And it's going to be a corner kick, Blake.
The best outcome there for the Jaffers, other than a goal. Soak up a few minutes here. I'm sure they won't be in any rush to take it by the time this one comes in. It'll be nearly the game, I'm assuming.
So it'll still be Edgeworth at the top. Still be Edgeworth at the top after this game, unless the Jaffers can knock off about 3 goals in the next minute or two, which pretty much impossible. There's a Wheelhouse now. So Edgeworth will still be at the top, and the Jaffers back in second spot, which is a great way for them to start the season. That's going to be Pappas with the throw. We wind down. Can they have one last chance here, the Jets? Probably their last chance to Loon now. As Waller goes across to Hay. Inside looking for Burke, but it's been turned over to McPherson. Down to Murray on the right side for the Jaffers. Trying to cut inside. And got a throw. Still going the Jaffers' way. They take their time now with Lee. Been good at right back today for them. Murray now. Murray still takes it into the corner. Wastes a little bit more time, and that is full time. So the Lambton Jaffers, the home side, begin 2015 with a win in the first round of the 2015 NPL season. It's 3-2, the victory over the Jets Youth. And Blake, how did you see that one? And you want to go through those key moments of the game?
Yeah, but just before I go through the key moments, a very good opening hour. I think the last half an hour really fizzled out. Maybe fitness and being the first game impacted on that. But we'll go through the key moments now. Obviously, the 10th minute, Bo McDonald opened the scoring. 13 minutes later, the 23rd minute, Alex Palozzi slotted into that empty net after dispossessing Jez Murray. Pete McPherson scored an absolute cracker from outside the right into the bottom, outside the box into the bottom right-hand corner, to make it 2-1. Myung Lee scored, set up John Majorowski for a header just before half-time, so the sides went into the break with Lambton leading 3-1. The only goal in the second half was to Michael Kanarowski, finishing off a well-cut back ball from Ben Hay into the top right-hand corner. Back to you, Ben.
Yeah, it was an awesome match to start the year here on Bar TV, and we've got a big season ahead of us, so we might have some chats to the coaches and put them up on YouTube throughout the week. But that wraps it up here from Arthur Redden Oval. It was the Lambton Jaffers 3, the Newcastle Jets 2 in round 1. So next week, we've got a big clash coming up for you. It's a grand final rematch. And to take us out, we're going to have a look at that. And we're going to say goodbye from myself and Blake Jarrett. It's been great to have your company here today from Arthur Redden Oval. And we'll see you next week for this big clash.
Thanks for tuning in.
Round 2 of the 2015 NPL season sees a grand final rematch. Western Bears take on the Lambton Jaffers on Sunday the 19th of April from Rockwell Automation Park, live on Bar TV from 2:30 p.m.